Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. How are you doing? Please tell me you're doing better. I have my computer working today, my smaller computer, laptop computer. All right, so I'll be able to see whoever joins me much more clearly today. Couldn't make it work the other day, but that's okay. All right, so we've got a lot of really great questions. Hi, Larry girl. How you doing? Nice to see you. It's a new moon in Scorpio, and that's pretty great. Hi, Karen Anderson. I got your questions from the community page. My camera's a little bit out of alignment, and that's okay. Let me turn it just a smidge. All right, that should do. That should be a little better. I don't know, maybe not. Okay, let's not be fussy. I got a lot of great questions. I wanted to. Hi, Jay. Hi, Cheryl. Okay, so lots of great questions, and so I'm going to stay on for just about an hour. Then I'm going to my brother's church via the lovely Zoom. That's pretty much saved our lives. Okay, new supermoon in Scorpio. So that's huge. If there was ever a time for the unveiling of secrets and skeletons in closets, it would be a new moon in Scorpio, right? Hi, Nancy Reed. How you doing? So I did, of course, an animal medicine totem card for us, and I got the hawk. So incoming quick messages for all of us, the world, our immediate surroundings. So this is to, heighten your perception and really use your skills to see what animals are around you, what messages are you getting. So I know if you were on the community page, you saw that the eagles are nesting and she's getting ready to lay eggs over by my son's house. So we walked by the big area where the tree and the nest are, and I posted pictures there if you'd like to see it. I think it was beautiful, and a lot of you commented, thank you very much. So that was a huge message for me. But hawk for today. And I just want to, I don't normally share the card of the day that I get for the Way of Positive Change in Instagram. We do one every single day. I also do one on Mondays for Cape Coral Life for our community. But we got the messenger card of the Page of Swords, of the gossip and the intrigue and the whistleblowers and all the hoopla. But it's also a caution, be careful not to take sides and don't believe everything that you hear. But do pay attention. So, boy, that came up twice. And the last reading we did, we really saw that Ivanka was going to, at the end of the video, Ivanka is really headed for some big trouble. All the time we thought, oh, it's Jared, it's done. She is in some really hot water, and that's coming up very quickly. We're going to ask about that too. Hi, Jen Lynn. How you doing? Happy Sunday. Happy full moon in Scorpio. All right, so messages. Use your powers of discernment. See what your angels and guides and your nature sprites and your animal totems are saying to you. Now, I had a blue jay come near me this morning, very loud. So I have to look up blue jay, not a bluebird, but a blue jay. I think they are very, they're very strong. They're very protective, and they also attack. So that's going to be my totem. But I'm going to church, y'all. Thank goodness it's a Unitarian Universal Church. So hawk. That is your medicine totem card for today. Lori Kettle's here. Five Paces. Mr. B, good morning. All right. So be ready for secrets to just come flying out of the closet. It's really coming down to the wire now, where we really start to, there's a bunch of the GOP are jumping ship. The two senators, which we're going to get into. Boy, are we going to talk about Rick Scott. But the two senators that are running in the Georgia runoff, they don't even want DJT to come near them. So Scott runs over. Good Lord. He's just, he's smarter and he's craftier and he's really a terrible, evil villain, really. So if you know listen, most even far right Republicans in Florida know how bad and how much Rick Scott stole with the hospital and insurance thing that he did. So, all right, we're just going to clear the energy of Ricky out of here. Anyway, we're going to come back to that. So the first question was from Karen A. She wanted to know will we see an obvious link finally between Putin, Russia, and DJT? Will it become obvious with these messages that we're going to receive? And boy, are we going to receive them. I really thought that was a huge message in and of itself to get two of the biggest spying warning message cards, both from the animal totem and the Rider-Waite tarot. Animal medicine. That like a cat hair there. Isn't it amazing how I only have one cat? How much fur can there be? All right. Are we going to find out an obvious link will it be revealed, the obvious link between Russia and DJT? Will we see? Gonna fly like an eagle, yeah. Will we get the info? Will we get all of the info? An obvious link that can't be refuted, can't be denied between Russia and DJT. All right, let's take a look. No, I'm going to have to look for that, Joe. I'm going to have to look for that. We're getting all of the messenger cards. This is really amazing, and this is, if there was ever secrets coming out of a cave with a lantern, I think it's the 6-pointed star. I think the 8-pointed star is on the top of the helmet in the chariot, and the 6-pointed star is in the hermit. But this is shining the light, things coming to the light, the wisdom, the wise sage who knows exactly where to place the spotlight, We've been delayed, and they've been able to pull the rug over everyone's eyes, and we haven't been able to see it. They haven't been able to see it either. Because when you're upside down with the hangman, your perception is skewed, right? A change, you have to surrender. He's in a place of surrender to your perception so that you can see another person's viewpoint. So it was blocked. But here it is. And that's my favorite Uranus card. And I really think, and I know how terrible the bug is, but boy, it has strengthened some families. I know one family, my niece and her kids and husband, it strengthened their family. But this is also the Tower card is Uranus, and it's this unexpected bolts of lightning from out of the sky, from out of the blue. And that's really what COVID was. I shouldn't have said that word. Anyway, and it is. So, but it's also the quickness of Uranus. It's also revelatory information. It's other people who thought they were safe dealing. It's these two people that thought they were safe dealing with the devil, that only they would know and we would not know. And then they fall from the tower. They built this man-made tower. They thought it would last and it would never be revealed. And then they fell from the sky. And then the nurturing, loving God, universe, whatever it is for you, came to help and came to bring the sunlight and the truth and acts of Mother Nature and the nourishment that we needed. So, because enough is enough. And this is when people won't be held prisoner any longer. But, even though we'll get a lone whistleblower, it's usually when a couple people actually stand up and say something that the rest will join, because there's only a few real natural leaders. A lot more are followers. But the tassel that she wears, this queen wears, reminds her of how she cut herself out of the chains or the ties that bound her. Okay, some people, this will be shown, and still, one of the other questions on the list is how much is it going to take for them for the far right GOP to leave or stop supporting DJT. But even presented with the evidence, some people just will not believe it. They don't. They just want it their way, and they're not going to be interested in listening. Okay, this is very important because there's so much there in the 10 of Wands. There's so much information there that they will have to, that's in the hopes and fears, that they will have to decide, what's the most important thing to bring out. That's how big it is. Hi, Marilyn. I'm asking one of the questions by Karen A. Will there finally be an obvious link between Russia and DJT? And if you're just joining us, we got both of the messenger cards, huge messages coming for our super new moon in Scorpio, which is going to reveal a lot of those, skeletons in the closet. Okay. Oh boy. Yep, and it's going to be obvious. It's going to be obvious, and they're going to have a very difficult time. The ones that get caught. It's so funny. The uncoiling of the theme here is going from the two that built this man-made structure that can't withstand the acts of Mother Nature and the truth, and her truth and the lightning that comes, and then these two people fall. They were the same two people that were tied up with the devil, and the light is shown. Some of the far right will not listen, and there's so much, but then there will really be a problem. So the link will be clear, Karen, to answer your question. But this is going to be hard on all of us. it isn't just going to be hard on the right, because what we hear isn't good. It's not good. And I feel like some secrets have been revealed, and this is a very difficult time for our country. Really difficult. All right. But yes, it will come out. Absolutely. Without a doubt. And we'll know who was in cahoots with who. So that was a very good question. Thank you. Okay. So messages. All right. So Jeannie asked, when Biden and Harris get into office, are they going to be safe? Because there's so many, homegrown people and the, boys and the, Hope followers that, look what happened to Governor Whitmer, right? So, of course, we don't, we want everyone to be safe. Yes, I'm so glad it's working. But I have exactly, like an hour. So, hi, Kath. So I'm trying to really stay focused to get these questions out, because we have so many, but they're really, really good. Well, thank you, Karen. That's very sweet of you. All right, so we're shuffling again. That, I feel like I'm just getting goosebumps on that, because I feel like that was a really clear, messages for us, and just how it revealed itself, I thought was very profound. Okay. All right, okay, let's just take a look at Biden's. Well, I should look at both of them, but I have so many good questions. Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay. Hi, Extreme Brands. Thanks for being here. Let's just take a look let's look at them together. And then if we see anything wonky, then we'll check them out separately. Are Biden and Harris safe? We know there's a lot of the Secret Service that are out with the bug. But are Biden and Harris safe? We're a little concerned about their safety. Okay, so there are a few people that are, this is the communication, whip things up, the Mercury talk, they're trying to whip it up. And they are the space that just don't want to listen to the truth. Isn't that amazing when you use the tarot, how they just follow themselves up and they just help us travel right through all the different archetypes. All right, although that's not a major arcana card. Four of Cups. And I'm going to say especially Kamala. And they're really doing a number on her, like trying to, just trying to make her worse than what they do, the squad, so they have to really be careful. And they also know that there's a great possibility that she will become president. Now, when you and I did readings before, we got that Kamala would absolutely become president one way or another. Okay, it looks like there are people of law protecting, they want to try to give them their freedom, but they know there's always going to be some of these chaos makers, mischief makers, drama, trauma, Five of Wands, Four of Cups, these people that just are competitive and just want to start problems. They will have to, the service will have to work very hard. It's going to take a lot of work from them, due diligence, And they're going to get some new people in there too, because this is new people on the job with the Eight of Coins. So it's very hard work. But at least these are on the bottom. I think they probably do, remote viewing too. We've done that so many times in classes and things like that. But it so works. And it's like, what's that actor's name? Clooney, that did Men Who Stare at Goats. There was remote viewing in that movie too. And I know Whimsy talks about that all the time. But anyone can do it. And the new moon is a great time to work on your psychic intuition. Okay, so what I'm getting is that they'll have it covered. I think there are some problems, but the protection is there is really tough, and so it discourages other people. There are some people, though, make no mistake about it, there are some people who are calling for action. The Judgment card, the Mercury card, the Communication card, the Magician, and trying to start problems. So it's there. Absolutely. There may be some sort of incident where one of them, they can't be in the same place all the time. So one of them will have to seek a little bit more protection than the other. That's probably Biden. But it looks like they're okay. There is a call to action, though. It's happening. It is happening. Okay. So we asked that for entertainment purposes only, YouTube. Oh, I'm glad you're back, T-Barb. Okay. All right, some more great questions here. Okay, Rick Scott. Oh, Rick Scott, you cobra. Sorry. He's just like one of those evil cobras. I wish we could just play the flute and make him go somewhere else. Or whatever that instrument they play for snake charmers. Okay, so, and I don't usually call names, but this man is so evil that and that doesn't justify it. But I did it anyway. Sorry. Oh, well. Rick Scott, he ran off to Atlanta because those two Republican senators don't want, Loeffler and Perdue, they don't want DJT coming to help them because it's not help. And people out of Florida aren't really familiar with Rick Scott. So, and he's the new National Republican Senatorial Committee leader or whatever. So, but Karen H. asked, Rick Scott ran off to Atlanta. But was he there to help them cheat like they did in Florida and Texas? For entertainment purposes only, YouTube. So, because DeSatan followed Rick Scott, so in Florida. But that leads us, that's a nice segue into the next question. So we're just going to ask why Rick Scott went there. He said it's just a campaign for them and to promote them. But did he go there to help them cheat with their dashboards? And he's got a clip up already where he's wearing a Navy hat, and he was only in the Navy for a couple of years when he was much younger. And he shows Schumer with a mask on. It's just really crazy. First card is the Temperance card. That's crossed by the Queen of Wands. So he went in the event that, the matchup was pretty even, and to see how he could sway it, because he's had good progress before. He's had good results before, and we're back to the Devil again. We're just back to the same old card in the same place. Oh yeah, he went there to create some chaos that you can't see. So he went there to do smoke and mirrors and the shell game. Absolutely, without a doubt. They felt a very strong pull of action to go do this. And here's that segue. Are we ever going, we already asked about Russia and Putin and DJT, but it will be uncovered. Absolutely, it will be uncovered. But there's going to be more uncovered in an accidental way of the GOP saying that the Dems cheated, because then when there will be some investigations. And what's happening right now with all of the hearings, the Senate hearings that they're having from the 2016 election, 4 years later, this will all be brought into play, but we're going to have to be patient and just, okay. Oh boy. Yeah. He went there to squish it. He went there to, and listen, this is the top government card besides the Hierophant, but this is the ruler, the emperor. He makes the rules, right? So if you go there and you have, a relationship with somebody, and you want to go and you want to screw the other person, or slander them, or, hurt them in some way, that's what you're going to do. So he did. Absolutely. Look at this. Absolutely, without a doubt. He went there to go make things misunderstood, or, smoke, or, nefarious deeds. It's not good. It's not good. Okay. So I can't even, it's Sunday. I can't even think of bad words. Oh my gosh. I was listening to TD Jakes earlier. He is just my favorite when I want to listen to that kind of preaching. He just has a way. And if it interests you and you want to, well, thank you, Mark. Thank you so very much. That's very kind of you. His sermon today was a Bible story, and he makes it so he adapts it into your life, and he's good a lot, but today he was fantastic. So check him out. It was from today's service. So, and he's always very uplifting, and it's all about how much you're loved, All right, so we got that. Rick Scott, he went very bad. We already knew that. All right, let's change it up. Where am I? 1201. Let's change it up to the healthcare workers. One of the questions, I didn't write your name down. Doggone it. Okay. Healthcare workers, psychological, emotional state in 3 months. What will they be like? My brother and I were talking about it last night. They must feel demoralized. I mean, they must just feel terrible. Like nobody loves them and no one cares what they're going through, and they're just trying to save people's lives. All right, and they're exhausted. So what will healthcare workers' psychological and emotional state be 3 months out? The nurses, the doctors, Oh, you guys, there's 243 people here. Can you give me some thumbs up? Help other people find us. Thank you so much. The healthcare worker's psychological, emotional state, 3 months out. I feel personally that some of them will just change profession. I just honestly feel like if they can even make it through this, some of them, it's just too much. It's one of the hardest jobs in the first place. And I've worked in critical care and the emergency room, both, which are both critical care. So, I can't even imagine. Well, the first thing is they feel like the country's been misled by the leaders, and they want laws enacted. They want the government to help them. They've been lax. They want more people to go outside and do things outside and obey the rules. And they also feel like they can't nurture as much as they want to. You know, most of the people that become nurses and doctors and paramedics and EMTs and healthcare workers and all the people who do the they all want to the stocking and the environmental services. They want to help people. This is nurturing is in their soul. So when the Empress is on its side, they don't feel like they get to do that nurturing care for people, and they have to be harsh, and they have to make decisions that they don't want to, and they're really upset because people are out partying and rallies and rejoicing and celebration and having weddings and all kinds of stuff. And even though they've been called and asked to step up to the plate, they won't do it. And they are upside down. They don't know what to do. Their energy has leaked out. They surrender. They don't know what to do. And they are thinking, can I leave? What's going to happen in this whole world? This is a portal card in the tarot. It is an opening. They wish they could just get away. And honestly, some of them are actually thinking about becoming expats because the mother and fathers of this country the founding fathers of this country didn't stand up for them and didn't protect them. So we have the Empress and the Emperor. And so they may leave. And who can blame them? I already have friends that are expats. My nephew lives in Costa Rica. They will always feel nurturing, and they will always want to be helpful people in the healthcare. They just wish that people would do a better job. They feel like they gave it their all, and people are just being blind and won't listen. And now they're upset. They're upset because they hear of all of this celebrating and nonsense, and this is our messenger. So there's going to be more rallies and stuff, and they're going to find out about it. They wish people would take the blindfold off. We go from the Two of Swords to the Justice card. Justice card usually in Western pictures usually always has the blindfold still on. But they're saying, take it off. See what you need to see. Stop ignoring the problem. Don't put your head in the sand. Help us. We've helped you. And they especially don't like it when younger people are caught up with this disease. No life is expendable. Each person, each light is important. But some of them, of course, will stay. But some of them are going to move. Some of them are really, really mad. And I'm also, and probably it's the younger people, because their energy can take a little bit more, will be The younger people in the profession are more tempted to stay. The older ones are probably going to leave. I also feel with the 2 pages here that there's going to be decisions of getting other people to sign up and to volunteer to do healthcare of other kinds. It's like they're going to put an all-out bulletin out to anyone that is willing to help here. So these cards aren't awful, but they are in conflict now. Their energy, all their coins have fallen out of their pockets. They don't care how much they get paid. They don't want to do it, and they want the judges to make a ruling, and they want people to see what they can't see and stop listening to the lies and deception. So they're okay, but there is going to be a call for regular people that don't have any medical knowledge if they want to, or first they'll call for anyone that has medical knowledge, then they'll call for volunteers that have no medical knowledge. Okay. Thanks for hitting the like button, you guys. It's really important. Okay. All right. So another really important question was from J.A. Will divided families be healed over the next 4 years? Will divided families be healed over the next 4 years? Good morning, Desiree. Will divided families be healed? In the next 4 years. I thought this was a great question to ask on a new moon. Hi, Prairie. Will divided families heal? Will they be healed in the next 4 years? And then we're going to ask a couple more really important questions. All right. No one's doing the work, and they're just sort of waiting. Is Biden really going to take control? Is my brother going to call me? Should I just sit here and wait? I'd like to talk, to them. So this is, be active, even if they've been terrible. What are we taught? And in any, of course, we have to hold those that are accountable for nefarious deeds accountable. But in our family, where we just disagree, and even if they've been nasty, extend an olive branch if you can. It's always the best. And we don't know who's going to get sick and who isn't. So please save yourself and your heart for not having regrets later. So we have a choice. This is the challenge card. It's the lover's card. Will you listen to the evil snake, or will you look up at the healing face and wisdom of the healing archangel Raphael in this card? The energy did split people apart, of course, with the Knight of Wands, and it made people even cold-hearted, and everybody went into their own mental analysis. The King of Swords is all about thinking and air, the qualities, the element of air. Okay, here's some giving here. And remember, the familiar of the cat and the Queen of Wands. And send love. Do a gratitude list for your sibling or your loved one. It always mends it in the divine matrix and quantum physics. Don't ask me to explain it, just do it. I promise you. I've never had anyone call me and say, Lori, that didn't work. Okay. So, and if you want to know how to do it, you can look at Manifesting Miracles video in 2020. I could try to link that below. Okay, so the Queen of Wands she always acquiesces too. She is the only queen in the tarot with her legs spread apart, suggesting that she is easygoing and don't go there. It's easygoing and she acquiesces. So, and trust your psychic ability. Send message out to your heart. Reach across the water. And so the answer is there are some families, this is a very important answer to this question, because there will be more families that continue to get split up over the division of properties from their elders than there will be from this stupid stuff that we're currently in now with the DJT stuff. This is over people that die and their money and greed, right? Remember, you can't take it with you, you guys. You can't take it with you. So there's still some problems from overseas that's going to really worry everyone. We're going to be dealing with this for a long time. But I feel with this next to the Queen of Wands, there will be some families that do indeed heal, and they will try. But it's going to be the families that aren't deep into the greed. Okay, so if you got someone that's really greedy and all they care about is money, and even then try to extend an olive branch somewhat. But I'm going to say yes, it is a choice, of course. And the tarot is a tool. I'm going to say this is almost like a 50-50, like 50% will begin to heal and 50 won't, because there are some that just are far right and they're just not going to, they're not going to have it, not going to do it. And there's some far left that they just want to be right. You know, they just want to be right. This isn't the Two of Cups up here. This is still greed. You know, it's greed, selfishness. I'm closed. I'm covering all my chakras and holding on to all my coins in the Four of Pentacles. So I'm going to say it's 50-50. Okay. We saw okay, how do the DJT supporters, Robin asked, how do the DJT supporters feel about, I know there was a turnout for the MAGA March, but there weren't anywhere near as many people as they thought they were going to have. And a lot of them were dressed up in, you know, like the boys, the P boys, for entertainment purposes only, you two. A lot of them were dressed up in their colors and their, so how do they feel, the supporters, how do they feel that not as many people, it was a low turnout compared to what they expected? Okay. How do supporters feel about the lack of turnout? There was turnout, but it wasn't what they expected. Oh, I need to stop right there. And again, you guys, remember, the people that watch Fox News, like my son and I had to have a talk the other day because he is a Fox News, and the family that he's married into, and they're lovely people. Don't ask me to go into go there, but you know, when you watch that kind of news, the clouds are changing. When you watch that kind of news, it just gets in your, you know, there's some news on CNN that is like that too, where they shouldn't go so far that way, you know. They should what they're doing is brainwashing, and you can't really blame them for some of the things that they think. You can for some, but not for some of the things that they've been taught by that kind of misinformation. They thought there would be more, and they couldn't bring weapons in there. You know, they couldn't be an armed march. Well, this is interesting. Some people didn't go because of the bug. That's interesting to me. Well, the numbers are going up. And I know that they at least know that. I mean, even finally, the governor cracked of North Dakota and mandated masks. They hoped that they would be the stars of the secret meetings and marches, entertainment purposes only. Okay. There were more elite people that did not go, that were, there was another group of people, I can't go there, that would not go. And they're not feeling very good, and they're beginning to lose hope. And they're feeling like they're in the losing part, and they are feeling like they're losing hope and losing faith. And they really do feel like they're going to shine the light on voter fraud. And they want to push the lawsuits through. But they're not. They're going to be very surprised when the sword of justice comes out and these things are exposed from these attorneys. They're going to find stuff, and then they're going to be like, oh my gosh. They're just going to be, oh my gosh. And some of them even within their own, we saw that they were going to really try to bring forth religion with this and try to strong arm and use religion. They're going to really, really use that. So they're going to feel down. So they don't have a good feeling about how many people showed up. The people that were there are beginning to lose faith and hope. So they thought the numbers would be more, but they weren't. They're going to try to do another one. And they're coming up with another media site too. Has anyone heard about that with this Page of Pentacles? Some of them didn't go to the rally because they felt like they could accept Biden with this Lover's card up there. Choices are becoming very important. Those that were on the, swivel seat. Okay. Now, at the end, DC peeps stayed in prayer. Okay, at the end of that video, we saw that Ivanka was in really big trouble. So what is she? What's happening? And how soon does this happen to Ivanka? She getting into trouble really soon. What's it have to do with? Does it have to do with those voting machines? Let's just ask, is Ivanka getting in trouble because of the voting machines? Jay, they already moved? I didn't think they already moved. Oh boy. Yes, it does. And some of the patents that she got. That's partnerships. Oh boy. More partnerships. Lover's card. Yeah, here it is. Anywhere we see this Hermit card, we're going to, especially today with all of our messages card, if you didn't watch the first part of this video, go back and watch the first part about what the messages are for us with both the animal medicine totem cards and the Red Awake. These are the two cards. So go back, pay attention to the messages. It's really important right now. Oop. The deals that she, this is the good karma comes back to you card when you get it and it's upright and it's aspected by other really good cards. And these cards are not terrible, but we asked specifically if it had to do with the voting machines. And so when you send your ships out, this is the merchant card. So when you send your ships out, they come back to you. So that's the negative karma that comes back to you too. So the answer to this question is yes. We're going to ask how much trouble she's going to get in. I am going with yes. It is going to cause her heartbreak, but she's going to possibly be able to negotiate a deal with something else. But let me see. It's like an exchange. How much trouble is Ivanka getting in? She getting into really big trouble. Is this going to be really bad for her? Messages coming in from overseas. This is all about her dealings from what we already knew that. I thought she'd be in more trouble because of the inauguration funds. But this is overseas. And the dealings and the money that came. There we go. There we go. Absolutely. 3. Yep. It's a lot. It's a lot of information. It was a lot of greed. She did it and took the money and just hoping that no one would find out. But they are going to find out. There's traces. There's traces on the internet here with the 2 of Wands. And the money trail is there. This is coming back to haunt her. Someone's trying to help her out, but I don't. There we go to the greed. There's a lot here. Again, they're going to have to pick and choose their battles wisely. There's a lot. So she is definitely, that is a yes. Hit the like button, you guys. We got 264 watching and only 180 likes. Help me out, please. Thank you. I'm so appreciative. She's going to get caught. She's in big trouble. She's in big trouble. Listen, there's so much coming out, and it's going to take years to put the whole puzzle together. It's going to take actual years, and people are going to be shocked, stunned, and amazed to the depths of it. And that's why they fight so hard to overtalk. Ted Cruz, for entertainment purposes only, has been, pulling the same talk over. Well, he really tried to talk over McCabe in that Senate hearing the other day. It's incredible. You can tell who's involved in it just by the way they act. It's easy. It really doesn't take psychic ability to see that, All right. So one of the other questions that I want to ask is that, will our country ever be healed? Will our country ever be healed? I know, Xian Lin, he is. You just absolutely know who's taken the money when you watch them. because they're all using the same talk-over tactic. Will our country ever be healed? Will we have a sense of unity again? Not just families, our country. 7 of Cups there. No one's willing to make the commitment to do it right this second, popped out. So it's not funny. Okay. Well, we've really gone into, what is right and wrong, but when all of the information comes out, some will part with DJT's club. They will. The sword of justice comes. But they have been also taught to believe negatively of Kamala, which is very difficult. And this is our moral values. Do not, the church and the government and our moral values and how we feel about all these different things are on its side. If we could just continue to learn, because this is also the big educator. The wise sages and Merlin is the hermit, but the actual educator, well, they both are, but the Hierophant's on its side. Well, they're believing all the communication, and that's what's making it wonky. But their talks will start. And another archangel card of temperance, feelings, people wanting to. Yes. So the answer is yes. Now, I didn't ask what it would take. Hopefully people will become more spiritual and just go with that and try to stay off those taboo political subjects. Just break bread and love each other. You don't have to. My son and I don't. My youngest son and I don't agree on everything. My oldest son and I don't agree on everything. So we don't have to agree to love each other, right? We just can't talk. We pick and choose our subjects wisely and ask questions so that we help understand each other. Okay, so I want to know the other really important question is DeSantis and Abbott, the governors of Florida and Texas, because we saw those states going blue, and we believe that the dashboards have been hacked, not only with the bug, but with the other numbers, entertainment purposes. I've been saying that all day. All right. Are they getting caught? Are they going down? Because the numbers, the bug numbers are going up everywhere. And, much love to all of you. We're just going to have to really hold the light for our country. Pay attention to messages that are coming to you from your angels and guides, because they are coming, and they're coming today to help you get through this time, and what message they want you to spread, what they want you to work on, and what they want you to hold dear to your heart. All right, that's that same card that, yes. So it's funny because these two things, the bug and the election thing, and the division, the divisiveness, and it's just going to come to the center and go poof, in this big lightning bolt of Uranus that is in Taurus, which is land. It's earthy things. This is going to take a bit. And they try to spin it. Oh, yeah. Oh, boy. Now, we asked before about DeSantis, and it came up absolutely yes. But this is absolutely, without a doubt, yes. Okay? They will be caught. I love it that the Empress card keeps coming up here. So they will be caught. This is going to cause This is going to cause tears and lack of faith and saying terrible things. Be careful with your words and what you say, you know. But the answer is absolutely yes, they will be found out. And perhaps they can even be held guilty or be brought to charges of what happened because of their lack of response to the fudging of the numbers with the bug. It's all going to loop together. So I think today's readings were really, really important. And remember, and I said on, today's card of the day, be careful with your words because this can be negative self-talk too. So, and what you say to yourself, you tend to believe it or not. So go on YouTube and go to Louise Hay, Positive Affirmations. Watch her movie, You Can Heal Your Life. If you haven't seen the movie, get it. It's awesome. It's got Greg Braden, Dr. Christiane Northrup. There's just so many. Wayne Dyer. There's too many to remember everyone. But so do positive affirmations. Fake it till you make it. Please be careful of what's coming out of your mouth. And don't aim swords from your mouth at others. So, and there's also Your Word is Your Wand is on YouTube, or Opening Your Mind to Receive by Ponder is also on YouTube. They're just, they're read out loud. Find a voice that you like. Okay. Thanks, Five Paces. Okay, and if you want the introductory reading with me for $25, we're continuing it for another week. Kelly's working on my website, and you'll be able to book for the normal prices. For people that I read for, in Florida or have traveled here, I've read for, and then they go back home. It's $50 for a half hour and $99 for an hour. So you'll be able to book yourself, but through these tumultuous times, I just really wanted to meet as many of you as I could and get that introductory reading going and meet people of like mind, right? Because we're all in this together. All right, the message for us today and tomorrow, besides, the hawk, and then we've already gotten messages, but this is for the new moon. Oh, thank you, Joe. Thank you, Marilyn. Yeah, it means a lot to me, and I really met so many wonderful people, and we email and chat, and so it's really good, and I'm very grateful. Out of times of trouble can come really wonderful things if we try. Okay. Trust your intuition. Queen of Cups. Your psychic ability. Trust your intuition. Don't get caught up in the wonkiness of the day. And the message is always to you guys is about maintaining your balance in all things, right? So this means we've become unbalanced, but we've had tidal waves of stuff come at us. So we just have to do better at balancing. The information is coming out. The negative karma is coming back to those who did it. You know it does. It's not up to us. We will hold them accountable. All right, again, be careful with your words. Learn something new is the message for this new moon. This is my internet card because, when you hold the world in your hand, that's very much like having the laptop in your hand. So please learn something new, something that will enrich you and make you feel more beautiful inside and out and helps bring balance. It is coming out. Yes, we know that the numbers are also rising, and we feel like there are things crumbling, and there will be a crumbling. That's what Uranus does. It's all going to come out, but we have to stick together. A lot of them will wake up. A lot on the far right will wake up. Stand strong. Positive affirmations. You've got this. You have all the knowledge. You have all the intuitive skills. You planted your garden, and now you're going to have a harvest. So bring your energy up as high as you can get it to go. Stand in your truth. But work on your inside and your outside. But learn something new is the message for the quick on the doorstep. Study something new today. Okay? All right, guys, let's see. It's on the bottom. Yep. And this is all about loving yourself. Thanks, Mr. J. I will talk to you soon. Thank you so much, Jay. That means a lot to me. All right, you guys. Much love to you. If you like really good preachers, and I know T.D. Jakes is Pentecostal, but his sermon today on the biblical story of Jezebel and King Ahab, and it was really good if you want to listen to it. Just thought I'd mention it because I really thought he did an outstanding job in this very trying time. Okay, much love to you. Take care. I got to go to Zoom church with my brother now. Okay.